Which
whatever.
one doesn't feel right?
This one. I mean, I think I could take this one out. I'm not sure if this is the one that has the sound, to be honest with you, but I felt it popping off my ear.
Oh.
I got the little fancy thing. They got a little...
Oh, does it go around the ear?
But it has like the same weirdly head as the iPhone one, so it's a larger thing, so it just kind of sits in there. I feel like those work better for me for some reason, but
well, okay, so we are live. It is pushing to YouTube, so that's helpful.
Well, I guess we have to introduce ourselves, Nicole.
Hi everyone, it's Nicole.
Jen.
And tonight we are continuing our Grishaverse adventure and talking about cricket games.
You took it out of the freezer. Woo!
I did. I took it. Summer's here. Hey, Summer! I took it out of the freezer because I had to finish reading it because the bad thing happened. Like, we weren't quite done with it yet. So I'm just like, I still have to finish you. But I was pissed.
So last week when I asked you, who do you think's going to make it and who do you think's going to die? And you're like, if anything happens to Nina or Matthias, I'm just going to, like, kill everyone.
And you knew.
And at that point, well, okay, so remember how me and Princess were, like, wanting to tell you something? And I wanted to tell you, save some room in your freezer.
I was like, God, dang it. I was so mad. Oh my God, I was so mad. I mean, we can jump right into it and just talk about the ending because...
why not?
I mean, of the people that I did not want to die, Matthias was up there. And Princess is here. So, Princess, we're talking about how you and Jen knew things last week, and now I know things, and I'm sad.
For some reason, okay, so I've only read this book once, but I legit thought that both Nina and Matthias died. And then I had to reread it when I finished it the second time, being like, did she make it out alive? Because I can't remember.
Honestly, it probably would have been better if she died too. I would be like, okay, like, they don't have to live on without each other, but it didn't happen that way.
But her line, I tried to save you.
Oh man,
but that line where she's just like, oh, I have to find it because I don't know how long it's going to take me to do this, but basically he just had died and she's like, now he's home. Oh God, what was the words? I'm not good with words, guys. I'm not Leigh Bardugo.
It's well, and it's
I found it.
Oh, you found it? Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's just before Matthias's, half-page chapter before he just like, I'm home.
That like his death was bad enough, but then you had to throw like an extra POV chapter in there where he's like, oh, I can't hear Nina anymore, but I hear the wolves calling me home. I'm like, oh God.
But it was so precious how he's like, I just wanted to come back to you one last time. And I was like, this is so beautiful.
I know. Oh God.
It was chopping onions nearby. What's happening?
Like, oh my God. I'm just like, I'm not crying. You're crying.
But she was like in Fjorden, she said farewell. I don't know how to say this. May Degel watch over you until I can once more. And I was like, why? It's like, just off yourself and be with him.
Oh my gosh. It was devastating. Devastating. And I'm just like, and I love like the enemies to lovers or the hate to love trope. So their relationship like got me. And I'm like, yes, I am here for it. And then,
he's like, I just wanted to kiss you. And she goes, but it's my thing to do. And I'm just like, not anymore.
Oh God. It's terrible. Fuck.
It's too much? Was that too far?
It's honestly, it's too soon because I'm tearing up right now just thinking about it. I'm just like, oh my God. And you tried to warn me last night. It's like, you need to finish the book when you're at home because do you want to ugly cry at work? And I was just like, I'm at work. I can't do this right now.
I know. You're like, I'd rather take a nap. And I'm like, bad choice.
But honestly, it's like I fell asleep. I was reading the book and I fell asleep, and it was during like
chapter.
Yeah, it was during the Wyland chapter, and I'm just like, why couldn't Wyland be the one to just bite the dust? I don't care about him.
He's my least favorite out of all of them. So I would have been okay if he had died, but
it was literally the worst. The worst.
I tried to warn you.
I know you did. Princess did too. I had some like strongly worded notes in here that was just like, it was at the peak of my depression, and I just was like angry writing. You'll see it when we go through post-it notes. We'll see it. But yeah, that one
hurt. When you knew
rough.
someone had to die. So that was the other thing where I like hesitated to tell you leave room in the freezer. But after you made the comment about Anej, Kaz, Nina, and Matthias, I was like, I really can't say anything, otherwise you know it's gonna be one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
But I kind of like that she killed someone, only because most authors like hesitate to kill someone. So I'm just like, I kind of give you your props when you do that. I don't like it, but
she doesn't shy away. Like we talked about this when we were discussing Ruin and Rising.
Yep.
Like she's not scared to make the hard choices when it comes to her characters, even though people, love those characters. Like Summer's like the ending killed her too. They were her favorite couple.
Yeah.
But it's like she does that on purpose because she picks I know. She picks the one that's going to hurt the most. And I was like, you, Leigh Bardugo. And yeah, there's a little freezer in my work fridge. So it went in there for a second and I was like, I got to finish this. Like, oh my God, it was, as soon as he came, like, soon as that one soldier that was giving him the stank eye during the auction, as soon as he showed up, I was like, this is going to be bad. I didn't like him to begin with, but I was just like, I really don't like you because you're threatening Matthias right now. And he needs to get back to Nina because they need to do the things, which they didn't do. And
they kissed.
They kissed.
She tried to go
but she
all the way when she wanted the Jardin Perrin.
Yeah, but I'm glad that they didn't at that point because it would have been tainted.
Well, that's why she didn't do it. She didn't want that part of it.
But Matthias didn't.
No, I thought she even said that she didn't want to do it because she didn't want the drug to take over that much for her. Yeah,
but Matthias was the one that said no. If he would have been weak and said yes, they would have 100%. Oh, my dog's barking. Sorry.
I couldn't hear him.
You couldn't?
Not that time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, that really ruined me. I was wrecked. Wrecked. Now I need to go online and find some fan fiction where Matthias doesn't die.
Send it my way.
I know, because like, man, that was messed up. That was messed up.
But now you can go on Pinterest and look at all of the things.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know if any of them are King of Scars, but I think if you put like specifically Six of Crows or something, they don't add that extra stuff in there.
Hopefully not. Because I was looking at, I wanted to look on Pinterest and look up some fan art for Kaz. And I was just like, and I wasn't done with Crooked Kingdom. Yeah, I was like, no, I can't. No.
Don't do it. I heard it that time.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Let me just tell them to shut up.
Hey guys.
All right.
I could just hear what you said too. Like you didn't even have to be on there. I knew you were like, hey.
Yeah, I tell her. It's Duchess. I tell her, I was like, if you're gonna bark, you have to go outside, and she doesn't want to go outside, so she stops.
For now.
I know, until someone else walks by my house. It's like
he's
we live on
home. Can't he corral the kids?
He's not home, which I'm wondering. He hasn't texted me. To be fair, I haven't called him either. So
how dare you?
Unfortunate. Well, I got off work a little early today just because the schedule was super light. So if I get off too early, like he's still kind of in the middle of work, so he normally won't answer the phone. So like if I get off on my normal time, like he's winding down too, so he'll, But yeah, he's usually 5 or 6 o'clock is usually when he gets home. But I don't know. Let's see where he's at. I have his location.
Let's take bets. Where's he at?
Where's he at? Isn't that so funny?
Yes.
But so yeah, the since we skipped right to the end of talking about things, again, like, oh, he's out at the lake. He's working on a boat out there, so yeah, it's gonna take forever for him to come back. I don't know, when he works on boats, it takes so much longer than if he's working on cars. So, but again, it kind of picked up like right where it left off, which
right where it left off.
I like when she does that. Like all of her books, you know, they kind of they start right away, like, because I don't want to infer anything. Like I don't want like, oh, 3 months later, I was like, what you been doing? Like, let me know. And then I opened the book. This is the first time I guess I've opened this book because
I hate you so much.
because I had no idea. So I opened it and I was just like, oh. I honestly think I found this at Goodwill too. I didn't buy this new. I found it at Bookman's.
Bookman's. All right.
Yeah. So I'm
Damn
just
you,
like,
Bookman's.
I guess I didn't flip past the next couple of pages to see that it was signed. I'm like, awesome.
Happy accident.
Yeah,
I've had that happen with the book once or twice before. I open it and I'm like, what is this? Someone's writing in my book. Looks like a signature. Oh, sometimes I'm tempted to just like find someone's signature that's easy enough and fake it. But then I'm like, I would hate if someone did that to me.
Oh,
so I'm
God.
like, I can't do that.
This is probably faked. I don't know.
But yeah, oh my gosh, Inej already being like, oh, when they were like, shatter her leg, like don't even break it, shatter it. I was like, he won't.
That's when she broke.
Oh no.
That's when she broke because she's like, my legs. She's like, cut me. I don't care. Do it. Like, do it. Like she's like egging him on, and then he's like, no, break her legs. And she's like, I would too. I mean, it's like that's basically like.
That's her thing.
It's like she's like does the tightrope, you know, she does all this acrobat stuff, she climbs walls, she's the spider, whatever. And I'm just like, that's, and also she was thinking like, would Kaz fight for me if I was no longer useful to him? Mm-hmm. And I hate that she has that second thought or like that doubt when it comes to Kaz, and I'm just like, you two are supposed to be in love, you're supposed to trust each other.
And that scene where he allowed her to clean him or something, I don't even know, she's just like, we weren't even touching, but they were touching mentally.
Allowed in this book where he cleaned her wounds.
Oh, was it him that cleaned her? Okay, I couldn't remember. Someone did.
Yeah, he was trying so hard because he didn't have his gloves on and he was cutting like the used bandages and rebandaging her, and he was freaking out, but he still did it because he wanted to show her like
he could grow.
I can do it. I can do it. And he like leaned forward and kissed her neck. I was like, holy, like where is it? It's a bajillion degrees in here. But that's it. We didn't even get a real kiss from them. We just got the neck kiss.
Yeah, but okay, so I have a feeling they might be in King of Scars because they did talk. They had that whole thing with Nikolai where they were like, oh, if you're ever in, was it Ravka? And he's like, oh, yeah, let's go ahead. And I just realized we never did the synopsis.
We just started talking about
I don't know why that automatically made me think, oh, let's talk about that. So anyways, I'll finish my thought if I can remember it.
Okay.
But yeah, he was just like, if you're ever here, come go ahead and meet us. And he was like, oh, yeah, for sure. So I figured we would see Nina there because of her Grisha power. But then I was just like, oh, man, we got to get back to Kaz and Inej and all them. But technically, this is now going to be a trilogy. So there's going to be a third one, and maybe that's where there'll be kisses and more stuff.
Yeah, just between Inej and Kaz. We don't got no Nina and Matthias.
Well, I wonder, and that's okay, so a lot of theories. You know me, I love to theorize until I'm blue in the face. So she's all about like the dead things, right? What if she can bring them back somehow?
Well, she did that for a second.
Yeah, well, she'll do it more permanently then.
Okay, but he has to be like really back to life. He can't just be like a zombie. Like she was controlling the dead bodies from the barge, and then when Like he was
Oh.
dead, and then she's like, "Come back to me," and then he opened his eyes and they were black, and then she's like, "Say my name," like she's Beyonce, and and then he's like, "Nina." I was like, "Oh no."
Don't say it. Don't say it.
And then Inej, she was just like, "Let him go," and she was like, "Yeah, you're right, because this isn't Matthias."
Yeah, true.
So I was like, he needs to.
That freaky little kid, he made it. He made it so he can heal her somehow of her Jarda Parem addiction, and then she can take some more of it, pump some life back into him, get the cure again, and he'll be fine.
That just all depends. They need to keep him on ice then, because
well, they're going to where the ice core to bury him.
Yeah,
they can bury him in the ice, and then at the very end, she's like, "Rise!"
Have you read The Bone Witch by Rinch Becco?
No, I own it.
Reminded me of that. But it's a necromancy book. But so yeah, I was just like, ugh. Yeah. So did you want to read the synopsis? Sorry, guys, we're going so backwards. We just started talking about the ending. We didn't even give you the synopsis. I mean, what kind of live stream is this?
I mean, we started talking about work and husband, so we're just
it's just because I was so.
I've got my door open, so I'm pretty sure my cat's gonna come in at some point. You'll get to meet Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan. My door is closed.
Your doors? Well, I'm home alone, so.
We'll put that out into the universe. Jeez, Jen.
Nobody knows where I live. Although I did hear like a gunshot last night at like 1:00 in the morning, and I'm going, okay, I need to know what this is. And you know how when you fall
asleep, it keeps property taxes low to hear like the gunshots. It's fine.
Yeah, all right. We'll think about that. But then at the same time, like I think the cat. Okay, so I was like drifting into sleep like that moment beforehand, and I thought I heard the cat like freak out, so then I like jolt awake.
Of course,
so of course I'm awake even more. I don't think I went to bed before like 1:45 last night, which is no fun.
Well, today was your day off, right? Would you wake up at 5?
I woke up at 6. I was like, come on. I didn't even have my alarm set until like 6:25 because I wanted to watch the safari at 6:30. I'm addicted to the safari.
You
guys.
are. You're addicted.
Haven't checked out Wild Earth Live on YouTube. Do it tonight.
Because Jen loves it.
They had leopards. So I've decided that on safari, I'm going to start taking pictures of the things that I see.
Yeah, do it.
And so I hope that this will come out. Who don't even know? Ow. I'll get to the synopsis. But look, it's a jaguar.
Aww. That's awesome.
She was so pretty.
It's a good picture. Good job.
I screenshotted it. I found out that lions pee on their feet and then go walk around to mark their territory. And I was like, that's disturbing, but also.
That's a great idea, though. That's a great idea, because otherwise they're just going to be up to spray every 15 feet. Just genius.
Yeah. But I was like, I never thought I'd see that in my lifetime, but I did. It happened. All right. So the synopsis. Back on track.
This live stream is all over the place. So sorry.
I mean, this is pretty much what we normally have. I'm surprised how our last few have just been so like on point. We're like 1, 1, 1, 1. You knew it was going to go downhill at some point.
I know.
All right. So welcome to the world of Grisha. Grisha.
Yeah, sure.
Grisha. Yep. I'm going to go with that.
Okay.
Hopefully. All right. So Kaz Brecker and his crew of deadly outcasts have just pulled off a heist so daring even they don't think they'd survive. But instead of divvying up a fat reward, they're back to fighting for their lives. Double-crossed and badly weakened, the crew is low on resources, allies, and hope. Dun, dun, dun. As powerful forces from around the world descend on Ketterdam to root out the secrets of the dangerous drug known as Jarda Parem, old rivals and new enemies emerge to challenge Kaz's cunning and test the team's fragile loyalties. A war will be waged on the city's dark and twisting streets, a battle for revenge and redemption that will decide the fate of the Grisha world. That's it.
Good job. Good job.
Way to write a synopsis with telling you literally nothing about what's going to happen.
0 things. Nothing was spoiled. Yeah, it doesn't say, warning, Matthias is going to die.
Spoiler
then otherwise
alert, people die.
You wouldn't have read it. Yeah.
Well, on the bright side, more people survived than I thought.
Yay!
You're like, I rather would have had Nina die and then Matthias move on. Who would you have preferred to die? Who do you think would have had the better chance of like moving on in the world?
Between
Nina
Matthias
and
and
Matthias.
Nina?
Yeah. You're like, they
Nina.
are both gonna live.
Well, I feel like Nina would, she would do like has a I don't want to say like a bigger purpose, but I feel like without Nina, Matthias, isn't really anchored to the crows or this world because,
True.
he did, do like a complete 180 personality change where, he's still fighting with those hard learned prejudices that he has. He even, like the first thought that still comes into his head when he sees those Grisha robes are just like witches and, those kind of damning things. But then he just thinks about, like there's even a part in here where he looked at Nina when she was doing like her Grisha power, and like he was saying like his first thought is just like how that's evil and wrong, but then it's Nina, so he's like, no, it's beautiful. Like he had to, he's almost like he's retraining, his thoughts, like the first thought to come into his head when it comes to Grisha. So yeah, and I feel like Nina would help with, because he told her, like save the Fjordan soldiers that are just brainwashed and put into this regime where they're just fed lies, and so like she has that mission to honor him, and I feel like she'll do a really good job with that. Otherwise, like if Matthias, he wanted to do that, sure, but I don't think that he would have been able to do it, on his own.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So, yeah. But I didn't want any of those two to die. I wanted other people. I would rather of other people have died.
I mean, we all, yeah.
I mean,
like, no, okay. Let me just tell you, it's marketed as a duology, and I'm asking a discussion question way early. What part of the ending makes it feel like a duology to you? Because I like legit finished this book, and I'm going, you can't end this book this way with it marketed as a duology, because it clearly sets up for book number 3.
Well, I mean, how does it set up for book number 3? Because I feel like it wrapped up really nice.
With Pekka Rollins, is it Pekka Rollins? I think his last chapter, it basically like swearing to bring down Kaz after all of this, like survive a year. Did you not get that?
No,
Literally,
I did.
The last line. I did listen to this at 3 speed, so I might have missed something.
It says it's after, because Pekka was thinking about coming back. And like, cause he's like, he was looking at his businesses and he was like, okay, like we'll get a year's losses, whatever. Yeah. So he was like, we'll go back. And then Inej, she was like, oh, you thinking about coming back? I will literally cut you to pieces. Like, she's like, this is the first cut. If you even think about coming back to Ketterdam, I'll come back.
Never mind then. Sorry, so, I read it again. It was the 3 speed that got me, guys. I'm sorry.
So I feel like it wrapped up. But it's like, he's even said, like, Pekka would count his money. He would raise his son. He would find himself a good woman or 2 or 10.
Gross.
And maybe in the quiet hours, he'd raise a glass to the men like him, to his fellow architects of misfortune who had helped raise Brecker and his crew. He'd drink the whole sorry... He would drink to the whole sorry lot of them, but mostly to the poor fools who didn't know what trouble was coming. So, it kind of like, it's kind of open-ended where, it's just like, obviously they're still going to be in that business. So they're always going to have, rivals and other people wanting to take their turf or take their money, so, and Inej is staying, Kaz is staying. So it's like, they're still going to be in Ketterdam. They're still going to be running, that, place. So there's going to be someone else. There's going to be another Pekka Rollins, to take down. And even Inej said, like, we'll take them out together, one by one, on land or on sea. But I need you. We need to do this together. And when he brought her parents,
Yeah. He's like, should I not have done that? Yes, you should have done
Yes,
that.
100%. And he's like, "Is my tie straight?" I was like, "Oh, Cass, you little
He's so
cinnamon roll."
grown.
Oh my god, he's like a little crispy cinnamon roll, but he's a little cinnamon roll. He's not like dirty hands. When he's Cass Brecker, he's a cinnamon roll.
Oh goodness.
But yeah, and I know it's just I was like, Inej, first of all, you better not be going anywhere. Second of all, Kaz, take a freaking chance, dude. That's your life. That's your future. That's gonna be sailing away on that ship. And when he finally grew a pair, and he was just like, stay or like come back, and I was like, God, thank you. Like that's all she wants. That's all she wants.
Yep.
Like she wants you to ask her to stay. Like, what woman doesn't want that? Come on.
Everyone does.
Everybody. Come on.
Woman, man, we all do. Make me stay.
Like you want to be wanted, It's like, come on. But yeah, okay. So I was really I wasn't really worried about Inej when she was like kidnapped, because I feel like
too early in the book for anything drama to happen.
Exactly. It's like we still have 600 however many pages to get through for some real stuff to start happening. They're not going to kill her off like in the first 100 pages. So I was like, okay. True. But I did think like, excuse me, if Kaz did not get there, he totally would have broke her legs. I feel like
He would have got
fed up, because she was kind of giving him all of like the anymore, and he was kind of like buying time and stuff. So yeah, I feel like he totally would have been like, okay, you know what, I'm done with this. And and then and when I text you and I was like, well, Nina seems to be doing okay.
Yeah, you said that so early on, and I think it was because Jasper said something, and I was just like, she's like, looks can be deceiving.
She's like in a on a mission with them already. Like, she lost some weight, but she's a little green around the gills. But I'm just like, she seems to be doing great. And then you get to her point of view chapter, and she was just like, Jerda Parem, Jerda Parem, Jerda Parem.
I'm dying over here.
I'm dying for it. I was like, oh, okay, honey. It's like you went through the withdrawals, but you're still craving it. Got it. So, but yeah. And let's see. I mean, we can go through my post-it notes, but
yeah. I'm gonna try and get Jack Ryan. He's in the room. That's why I keep looking over and away. He's just staring at me.
He's like, does he not jump up or?
He doesn't come when called.
Oh, that's true.
I could get up and go grab him, and he wouldn't stay very long. But I'm trying to entice him. Maybe I'll use my headphones, these ones, and try and dangle a string in front of him.
Dangle. It's like, hey,
it's like fishing for a cat.
I know. Come on.
I just need him close enough to grab him.
Grab him. Oh.
It's intriguing to him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ooh, this one might have done it. He's very on point.
He's like, what is that?
He's moving. Oh, damn it, he didn't do it.
That's so funny.
The things that we
try to do for her. And I feel like there was a lot of stuff. I mean, there was like the bare minima, or like the base plot line of them trying to get Pekka Rollins and try to get the revenge on Van Eyck. But there was like a lot of things like going on in the background, like the whole thing with the sugar and like the, Kaz changing the will for Wyland to inherit all of Van Eyck's money. And then
I got you.
We got like Zoya and Jenya. Here he is.
Well, he's not gonna stay for long though.
Say hi, everybody. Oh, look at it. So cute.
He's too adorable. Okay, I'll let it go.
Okay, bye. He's like, no.
He's like, Mom, how dare you do this to me?
But yeah, I just felt like
the wires.
I don't know. I don't want to say like unnecessary things. Like, did the sugar thing ever pan out? I guess that was like
Yeah.
a plan B. But it's just like
No, that was all part of his plan because he wanted because they were buying up all the sugar, so
yeah.
they were expected to have it all.
Mhm.
And so when they
But not
shortages.
Nina. Inej didn't complete her mission with the liquid weevil. Like, she only got 2 silos, right? She was supposed to get how many?
Well, I think she was supposed to get 6, but honestly, even if they had done 2, it still would have hit them kind of hard enough.
Kind of hard.
Yeah.
And I was just like, okay, well, that's and that, like Inej's shadow, or that, I can't say her name. It starts with a D. Honestly,
Yeah,
I can't.
Her the Wraith 2.0. Oh.
Yeah, because even Inej was like, she's better than me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and then it took Kaz to be
For
like,
a minute.
yeah. It took Kaz to tell her, like, look for her tell. Everyone has a tell. Everybody. It doesn't, every, I would say, like, quote unquote human person. Like, if you were fighting a robot, then sure, they wouldn't have a tell. But he's like, he told her, like, look, once you have that, it's gonna be cake. Yeah.
My
so
tell would be ha ha.
Yeah, I don't, honestly, it's
I wouldn't be good in a fight. Let me just tell you that right now.
not at all.
My
Not at
tell would
all.
be very obvious and very loud.
Yeah. It's like running in the other direction, especially if I came up to Inej in a dark alley. Shit.
Make it. I'd just be like, just kill me now. I already know it's the end. Like, if I tried to run, you'd get in front of me. You'd stab me in the back. Any of the above.
Super quick. Super quick. But yeah, I don't honestly, like, I wouldn't say that I was bored, but I honestly, like, the first maybe half of the book, I was bored. I was like,
a lot of the book.
I'm just like, okay, like, once we got Inej back, I'm just like, okay, like, let's move this along, let's get Pekka, let's get, and then
Set it up. The whole ice court took like 3/4 of the book. They had to meticulously plan it out.
I know. And this just didn't grip me like Six of Crows did.
Really? All right.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a great book, but I'm just like, I was like, okay, let's move it along, kind of thing. I was like, okay. And there were certain chapters from people that I didn't care about. And I believe we all know who that is. And yeah, it was just, I was never bored. I would never, like, it was just like I said, it just did not grip me the way Six of Crows did.
Okay.
That was a solid start, but and then, things happened.
Okay, it was at the very end.
It was at the very end. I'm like, that's rude. First of all, rude. Everything was starting to work out. Everything was coming together, and then great. And then when we find out that Fennec, like, didn't kill Wyland's mom, or like she didn't, die.
The asylum.
If I did not think I could hate this guy even more. But he proved me wrong. I was like, man, freaking tastic. Oh my gosh. I was just like, oh.
He's not going to do well.
That's
well,
not.
And then all of her pictures that she drew, like, half of them were nature and half of them were of this little boy. And he's like, that was me. And I'm going, that was you. She remembers you.
She remembers. Yeah, that was devastating. But it kind of gave Wyland the kick in the butt that he needed.
Oh, yeah.
Because I feel like he was just kind of like a tree in the wind. Like, he was just happy to be included at this point. And that kind of gave him. I mean, where's the lie? I mean, come on.
That's too precious, though. Just a tree in the wind.
He's like, I have friends now. God. But yeah, it was like, it gave him something to lose in this fight. Like, he didn't really have anything to lose because his father basically kicked him out. His father was trying to kill him, for God's sake.
Lose. Let's just be real. Let's
Okay,
just be
well,
real.
they didn't even kiss right away. And when they did kiss, he was
It
kissing
was
the other guy. I'm like, come on, Jasper.
Okay, listening to it on the audiobook, it just was and I'm sure it was the same reading the book as well, but he was just like, how did you not know it was me? And the guy was just like, I kissed a guy. And he was so happy about it.
He's like, you're a really good kisser. And I was just like, he's having an existential crisis here. Like, he thought you were one person, and then when the kiss was lackluster, he was like, oh shit, man, like you're not completely, attracted to somebody, and then you go to like make it physical, and it's like, well, this sucks.
Well, it sucks because it's not with the right guy.
I was just like, oh, now you got, a backbone where he was just like, well, like we're all gonna die, so I really wanted to kiss you. I'm like, really? Really? But okay. But that was hilarious. But I was just like, oh, Wyland's got his feelings hurt. And he's like, you can't tell me apart, like okay, you're slightly taller and your fingers are longer. Okay, give me a break. He didn't say anything, okay? If he would have talked, I would have known right away. Give me a break.
And they had just gone through something really traumatic too, so he was a little distracted.
A little distracted.
Give him a little bit. I was gonna say give him a Snickers bar, but I was like, that doesn't work.
No. I don't even think they have Snickers in Ketterdam.
No. There are some phrases that she uses in this book, and it kind of pulled me out. And I don't remember specifically what they were, but they were very they felt modern. Yeah. And I know that that's so silly to say, but like when you create like a whole world and you use something that probably is just completely normal, it feels really weird.
Yeah. I didn't really notice any of that, but I get what you're saying. Like, yeah.
I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there was one time, and I think it was fairly early on too. They said something, maybe even like about an automobile, or maybe I made that up. But I was just like, an automobile, like for some reason I'm thinking them with like carriages and horses running places.
Right?
I don't know.
Like they're basically like walking everywhere, yeah.
But it makes me think of like Victorian London. That's the feel that I get of it. So that's what I imagine is they're walking everywhere. True. Maybe they've got to get somewhere, so they get in a carriage or they go on the canal. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Because I remember Kaz saying something about like his leg was really bothering him, so he didn't want to make the walk. He would much rather be in like a carriage and four, which is like a carriage and four horses, like pulling him. So I'm just like, okay, yeah, absolutely, 100%.
I don't question that at all.
I know, yes. And then when Jasper like realizes like he can manipulate his bullets.
Yes, like, that was so freaking awesome.
It just made me think about that movie Wanted, where they can like curve their bullet and like around a corner. I was just like, that's awesome.
That's not possible, but all right.
It's not. I mean, physics. I mean, the laws must be obeyed, but not when you're a fabricator or whatever he is.
He was one of those.
he's one of those. I don't know. But yeah, that was really cool. And I was like, that was a great plan. Like it wasn't a rubber bullet, was it? Was it rubber?
No, it would have had to be iron, because I think that's all that he can manipulate.
But it couldn't be iron, because a metal traveling at that velocity, like a bullet, would definitely do some damage, and he got shot right in the chest. So it had to be some sort of I think I
he had to hit a button. I don't know if they reinforced this button with like magicalness, but
I hope, because he would have been really dead. It doesn't matter. Like
he would have gone from like 100% dead, or from about 50% dead to 100%.
100% dead, like for sure. Okay, hold on.
No worries.
Because I did have so there was only a single round inside, non-lethal, a mixture of wax and rubber.
Wax and rubber. How is he controlling it then?
Hell if I know, but he did it. Yeah, and I was just like, there cannot be any metal at all. No metal casing, no metal, nothing, because at that speed, he gonna die. Doesn't matter if he hits a little button. He dead.
He's 100% dead.
100%. But that was really cool. And I liked that, Jesper kind of toward the end there, he wasn't like, I wouldn't say he was ever afraid of his Grisha powers, but his dad kind of, he had to like, you have to hide like what you are, it was like, that's what killed your mother. And so, but he like actively, he was gonna get like the Grisha training, because I think it was Jenya, who was saying like, Alina didn't start her training until she was 17, and she was the greatest Grisha
ever known.
Ever. So I was just like, yeah, it's like you're not too old to start. You can, honor your mother kind of thing. And speaking of that part there, hold on. I made a post-it note about it. I don't think it was this far at the beginning. It was Jesper and his dad were talking about
you'd have to be about halfway, a third of the way in or so. Because there was a bit of a distance, because they already had a Nej back at that point, I think.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, okay, here we go. I think it was actually right before
they got her back.
No. It's like more than halfway through. So it was totally but Jesper and his dad were talking, and I think his dad like overheard them talking, and that like he found out like what they were really doing. Like there wasn't like any, he's no longer in school and things like that. And they were talking, and he said, I didn't raise you to be a gambler, Jesper. I certainly didn't raise you to be a criminal. Jesper released a bitter huff of laughter. I love you, Da. I love you with all my lying, thieving, worthless heart. But yes, you did. And he's like, what? And he said, you taught me to lie. And it's like, to keep you safe. And it's like, so he's like equating like, you taught me to lie, so that just makes me a criminal. And I was like, that's a really big stretch. How about you take some responsibility for your freaking actions, Jesper? Because no, that's like, my parents are the whole reason why no, that's dumb. Nobody made your choices but you, honey bunches of oats. So don't even start putting that. No, but don't start putting that on your dad. No. He was like, he did what he could. He did the best he could. He was, he didn't have this power. There's no way that he could protect him against Grisha if they were to come and take him, or, against the powers that, no, that's wrong. That was like, I was upset. I was like, Jesper, like, I don't even like you on a good day. So what you saying here? No, take some responsibility. Take some responsibility for your action. Don't even start saying, oh, Daddy, you taught me to lie, so of course I'm going to be a criminal and gamble and no, don't. I was not here for that. No. But yeah, it was. And then I love when Sturmhond came back.
Yeah.
I'm like, Nikolai, here you are again. All right. He's like, oh, here's the pirate. And he's like, privateer. I love it. I was like, Nikolai,
you're back.
You back.
Which is,
yeah, I love him so much. And then Gaz like figured it out. He was just like, who are you?
You're not a pirate.
You're not a pirate or a privateer or whoever. Oh, so funny. But so yeah, let me go through and see what post-its I haven't talked about yet.
Good. Yeah, because I was looking at some of my quotes, my questions, and I was like, oh no, I think we've already talked about these.
Most of them.
Yeah.
So at the beginning, when like they're at that guy's house with the dogs that are trained with the whistle, and then like the little girl comes up, and Kaz is like, I'm the monster. I'm gonna come after you if you don't keep your mouth shut. I was like, geez, Kaz, come on.
Which one's your favorite dog? I'm gonna kill that one last, and then it's all your fault. And I was like, oh damn, he went there.
And then even Wyland was just like, she's just a child, and I was like, oh, if it was that or snap her neck and make it look like she found out the stairs. Like, what do you want me to do? I was like, geez, Kaz, come on. So funny.
Yeah, I know. When he said the second option, I was like, well, I mean, you
I
took the lesser of two evils, so thanks, I guess.
Yep. That was, but you know, like at this point, Inej was still kidnapped. He was probably not in his right mind. But
Oh no.
like I said, like when we were talking about Six of Crows, like Kaz is the one that makes the terrible decisions. I honestly believe that if either Wylan wasn't there or he didn't think that that girl would shut his mouth, she would be dead.
Oh yeah.
And that's sad to think about, but even though it would be because she's a child, but I feel like Kaz would have done that.
Oh yeah. Kaz would not have held back. Well, it kind of was a little bit of foreshadowing for what he did with Pekka Rollins.
Yes.
Because with the kid, he's just like, I buried your kid in a field and I won't tell you where. And I was like, oh, he did? And then we find out later, he's like, no, I didn't, but he'll be burying it, or he'll be looking for it.
As soon as he said that, he was just like, I buried him alive. I was like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. And even Inej was like, Kaz, no. And I was just like, Inej, come on, girl. Keep up. Have you not read this book? Come on. Have you not read his point of view chapters? Come on. And honestly, how did we get over 100 pages into this book and just now get a Kaz point of view chapter? His
Are
first
you sure?
point of view, yeah. His first point of view chapter was page 127.
It didn't it didn't seem that long, but again, I listened to this book at 3 speed because I've already read it before.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Let me see. Uh-oh. Don't make me download this again. Book details.
Don't make me.
I mean, I can, but I just want to know chapters.
Chapter 9.
Chapter
9.
It's not going to give it to me. Well, because it tells me who's in there, and I swear we got to him before that, but I guess not.
No, he was present, but it was from different people's points of view.
Different POVs?
Yeah.
Ugh, I still have 20 hours left of Crescent City. That's 10 hours.
Summer, are you still watching?
8 hours.
Because Jen is not enjoying Crescent City.
Yeah, I'm not. Give me hope, Summer.
I told her to keep going.
Well, I will, but at the same time, I'm just like, can I care about someone? Although he did just pop up at her window after she closed the blinds and he told her not to. And I was like, I like you.
So funny. Their banter back and forth, honestly, I love. I love their banter. So it's a hate-to-love
relationship? Hopefully.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I want to feel like they don't really hate each other, but they have a really good, like, friendship. They become really good friends.
Friends? So he's not even the love interest?
Oh, yeah, he is. No, he is. He is. But it's like they get a really strong, like, friend connection before they start getting, like, all physical.
A friend connection. Can I just tell you, I really want to watch Kingsman. I'm going to stop the tangent right now. Like, I hardcore want to watch that, but because I'm listening to Crescent City at 2.5 because it's too slow at 2. So I figured,
keep going.
Keep going. I don't want to, Summer.
Keep going.
I know I have to finish it by tomorrow, but I literally had
book club.
8 full hours of this book before it's completely done. So I'm hoping that it picks up here shortly.
It will. I promise. Mm-hmm. Honestly, we're not talking about Crescent City. Okay, I'll ask you tomorrow. We're talking about Crooked Kingdom. Okay.
We have just a random one of these chats where we just sit and talk to each other.
Yeah, we can totally do that.
People are going to be entertained because we're awesome. What are you drinking, by the way?
I'm drinking.
But we need to know.
I'm drinking Leinekugel Spritzer Pineapple Strawberry.
That sounds delicious.
Very refreshing.
Earl Grey tea latte going. Homemade. I got some vanilla powder today because CBTL is doing. Oh, kick it up a notch. Okay.
Kick it up.
Well, because I did listen to her book. It's the same narrator that does the what's it called?
I don't know.
I'm not sure A Court of Thorn and Roses is the other one. The Kingdom of the Stuff. That one.
The Kingdom of Steps.
I was thinking Kingdom of Ash, but I was like, that's the last one. Like, what's the series?
That's the literal last book.
But yeah, so maybe I will kick it up a little bit and get through with it just just a hair faster because I'm gonna be telling you right now, 8 hours is a lot. It's a lot. It's got to be finished by tomorrow, friends. Probably 6:30. We got to talk about that after this.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
I got Earl Grey tea, and then I did throw some coffee in here, so I will be up until midnight watching Wild Earth on YouTube Live.
I'm sorry, Wild Earth. Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I think you would really enjoy it, Nicole.
I'm certain I would, and that I would be addicted like you. And there goes my reading goal out the window. I'm finally catching up.
You can read at the same time and watch it.
Lies. My eyes would be glued to the screen hoping to see a baby elephant.
Oh, I mean, I can always text. So here's what I can do for you. I can text you when a baby elephant pops up, and then you can see the baby elephant, and then you can go away from it. I'm still waiting for the baby hyena to pop out.
Listen.
I saw it, and it was like a little baby puppy, and I just wanted to hug it and squeeze it and be like, you're so cute.
See, this is why I can't. I can't do it. I can't even be tempted. Not even, oh, there's a baby elephant. Check it and then leave. I won't leave. I won't leave. I know myself. I won't be able to do it.
Just do it one night. Tonight. Oh, wait, no, you can't because tonight. Do it on Friday. Stay up with me until midnight.
I can't. Can't do
You
it.
sleep the next day and you could read later.
I can't
like,
even
how dare
tempt
you?
myself. I can't even. You're such an enabler. I cannot tempt myself.
We know this already.
Like we don't know.
But I don't think I want this book. Well, then give it to me. I'll buy it.
I know.
Oh, every time. Oh, I
Every
miss
single
Goodwill.
time. As soon as this quarantine, business is over and everything is open back up, honestly, we have to take a day and hit 20 Goodwills.
I'm going to take a day off of work.
Summer, you're coming down from Utah and we're going to all the Goodwills and we're going to buy a crap ton of books.
All the good ones, not the ones in Scottsdale. Scottsdale people
No.
don't read. They're garbage, okay?
Scottsdale people don't read, so they don't take books to Goodwill. And if they do, they're like self-help books and they're not good.
Or like healthy cookbooks. And I'm like, I don't want healthy cookbooks. Summer's in.
Summer's in. Yes, she said. We haven't made a date, but we have tentative plans for me to go up there to visit Zion. And then, we'll have brunch and mimosas and get drunk and do the drunk book tag.
I mean, honestly, quarantine is probably the best time to do that because you can get completely wasted and not have to worry about driving home afterwards. You just have to worry about getting from your filming chair to the bed where you can sleep. That's when you go, Joe!
Oh my God, he's already
carry me to bed.
He's already taken care of me enough times drunk in my 20s. So he's like, I thought we were over this. I thought we've grown up. Like, I don't.
Well, that was your first problem. You thought.
That was your first mistake. You thought. No.
You lowered the IQ of the whole block. I still don't know the name of that guy. I have to look it up now. You keep going with your Post-its, and I'm going to scream at you once we figure it out. Tangent over. God. Let's get back on.
Tangent over. Let's get back to what we were. The point of this video or live stream is talk about Crooked Kingdom. Okay, so my next Post-it note is about the chemical weevil, and he's kind of like telling him how it works. And he was like, it reacts to sugar. Yes, any kind of sugar, even trace amount. There's enough moisture present. So keep it away from sweat, blood, and saliva. Do not lick weevil. Does someone want to write that down? Don't lick the weevil. What does he do? That's foreshadowing because he sticks it in that
someone's mouth. Oh, I know. And he did that, and he was like, he was fine for a minute, and then he was not. And I was like, the weevil got him.
got him. Weevil got him.
First of all, it's Emma Watson's birthday. I didn't realize that, but when I went on to IMDb,
she's 30.
Happy 30th. 30's wonderful. We're already 30.
We are 30. We're going to be 31 this year.
I want to call him Jarvis, but that's Anderson. Damn, Anderson.
Who?
Anderson. Anderson, you lower the block. You lower the IQ of the whole block.
What is that from?
Sherlock.
Oh, yes. You're right. Oh. Honestly, yeah, I know. I need to still. I know I'm at least a season behind on Sherlock.
Hey,
yikes! Yeah, exactly. Hey, and you want me to watch Wild Earth? Okay. So the next, my next post-it note is when Matthias and Nina are going to. They're all dressed up in. Oh
no! Don't get me.
my gosh! Did he get you?
Not yet. But I was saying your name and you wouldn't look at me, so I was like, oh no.
You were whispering my name.
I was yelling, Nicole.
Oh, no. When I'm talking, I can't hear when you talk. Sorry.
Got him now. Will he stay or will he go? Oh, he wants to go.
He wants to go.
Say bye.
Hi, Jack Ryan. See ya. He's like, Mom. Look at him. He's like.
He's like, I shouldn't have come in here. I knew it. Now I'm gonna go get in trouble.
Mistakes were made. So yeah, they're going through I don't know, they're going through someplace, and they're talking to this this woman, and she was like, I always had a taste for Fieridans. Ask him if he wants to play Princess and the Barbarian.
Yes, the lady.
So funny. It made me immediately think of Ice Planet Barbarians, which Summer's read it. You need to read it. But and then so Nina's trying to explain the concept of Princess and the Barbarian.
How would I do that?
He's like so stupid. I was like, Matthias, come on.
Pull yourself together, Matthias. Come on.
Come on. It's like Nina like tossed the gloves back on the pile in defeat. They get to know each other intimately. Matthias's jaw dropped. In the cave? Matthias, that is not the point. God.
Oh my gosh. Okay. My cat, let me just tell you right now, he flipped upside down and he's just on his back, like paws all up in the air. And I'm like, how is that comfortable? You've seen him do it a few times, but
yeah. Goliath used to sleep on his back.
Cute.
Come on, baby. But yeah, so
not bad. Drink some of your alcohol. Alcohol makes all the things better.
Yep.
I haven't. I should have had a Guinness. Damn, missed opportunity. I was even
you
looking.
You just said this is the good, platform to drink and then just find your way to the bed.
And my bed's
you
right
just
here.
said that, and you're not taking advantage of it.
I'm sorry, guys.
Jeez.
Well, I also have to hammer things onto the wall later because I.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Even though pictures, so Walmart right now doesn't do 1 hour photo. Let me just tell you that. Don't go on there, click 1 hour photo and expect to get it. No, you get all the way to checkout and then it's just like, this will be delivered to your home in like so many days. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to back out of this first of all.
No, that's not what I wanted.
But they're only 9 cents a photo. So I was like,
that's not bad.
Yeah. Well, and I have this huge, okay, so another super tangent. So this is what you cut out.
I know. When we film, this is what I edit out. So everything is all streamlined. You don't get that with live. You just get all the tangents. Go ahead. I'm going to have a Kit Kat while you just do this tangent.
Yeah. So I don't know how much of I don't think anyone else knows this other than you, but I went to Europe last year for about 3 weeks. And I really wanted to put my pictures in a picture frame. Well, not picture frame, but a photo album. So I have 300 slots that I can fill. So I felt like rather than just get like the 11 photos, or I think it was 9 photos or something that I wanted to get to put on my wall, I now will look through all like 3,000 photos that I took and try to narrow it down to 300 so that I have a photo album full of books. And let me just tell you, I took some really good photos of the David in Florence. I know people are like, did you get a dick shot? Of course you did.
I took some really good pics.
But I got this, so I did this one, and I'm really proud of it. So you see the hand, obviously. So the guy was talking about the hand and the veins going up it. So I was like, oh, that's cool. So I took a picture of the hand. Very cool.
Got it. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. The veins in the hand.
I also got one where I cropped off his dick, and it was just him up, and I was like, he looks good.
Why would you crop off his dick?
Well, I took enough of them with it, so
You're like all closed. The security guard's like, ma'am, like leave her be.
don't judge me. I mean, it's not okay. Literally, our guide was talking about his penis for a solid hour, and I was like, "Sir,
Sir.
can we talk about anything else?"
No, not when you're looking at the David.
Oh, but
Remind me to go in to the YouTube and just mark this not suitable for children.
You haven't done that already? Come
No,
on.
I haven't. Sorry, my bad.
Let me just tell you, on Wild Earth Live, they talk about the craziest stuff, first of all. Second of all, we watched a live kill the other day, and I could have done without that, but thankfully there were a lot of bushes in the way. So they've got great cameras, friends, and they just zoomed right through the leaves and got you what they could, but it's not always fun and games, but it is wild, so they're sorry, I'll stop plugging Wild Earth. Wild Earth Live on YouTube.
Shameless plug.
It's so peaceful. I've gotten so many people addicted to this. You have to check it out if you have time. Twice a day. Every day until quarantine is over, and then even still they might continue.
Oh yeah, that's great use of technology to keep stuff running.
In South Africa, their quarantine has been extended 2 weeks, so I don't know if that means anything for us here in the U.S. or yeah.
Honestly, we haven't even peaked here. So it's going to be a while.
Yeah, they were telling us that we'll probably come back to work like early May, and I'm like, I'm waiting for the email that's going to be like, yeah, we're going to extend that to June.
Yeah.
Which I'd be fine with, to be honest with you, but all right, let's get back to the
like,
book.
I'm fine working from home.
Well, because I feel like everyone's going to get sent back way too soon, and people are going to be stupid about it, so we don't want a second wave. So I'm like, let's just slowly integrate ourselves back into society.
Oh, there's a mosquito in here. I've already been bit.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
Tell it that your sweet blood is not up on the menu today.
Sweet blood is not.
Tell it that if it's going to bite you, it's got to go outside.
You got to go outside. Oh, sorry. No, it's fine. I'm going through the Post-its because we did talk about, quite a bit of my Post-its.
Yeah.
Oh, when Kaz was like yelling at Jesper and he accidentally called him Jordy. I was like, ah!
And then they're like, who's Jordy? And I was like, don't ask him that question because it's going to be a sad story.
It's going to be sad. Nothing. No, Jordy's nobody. Don't even worry about it. And then he was like quiet for like a second, and he's like, "What do you want from me?" It's like great deflection. Great. Poor thing. Oh, I've already talked about that one.
I'm looking at the sign in the background that says Crooked Kingdom, and it makes me think of Carrie Maniscalco's new book, The Kingdom of Back or something. Is that right? I don't
know. Her new book?
Yeah, that comes out later this year.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just saw Kingdom, and all of a sudden it made me think of that.
That's fine.
It's not related to this book, and I apologize.
We have been talking about things not related to the book. It's totally fine.
So you shared one of your favorite quotes. So while you're looking for the next one, I'm going to share one of mine because I told you I would. Yep. It's not technically from this book, though. It's actually from the first one. It's a long one, but you'll recognize it because like the end half of it is things. But it's basically when Inesha's dad was talking to her about love. And so he's like, the heart is an arrow. It demands aim to land true, which is memes that you will find all over the place. But I love that how it continues. And he goes, shall I tell you the secret of true love? A friend of mine liked to tell Excuse me. A friend of mine liked to tell me that women love flowers. He had many flirtations, but he never found a wife. Do you know why? Because women may love flowers, but only one woman loves the scent of gardenias in late summer that remind her of her grandmother's porch. Only one woman loves apple blossoms in a blue cup. Only one woman loves geraniums. And I cut out the little bit where she's just like, "That's Mama."
That's
So,
Mama.
and
So
he goes,
cute.
"Many boys will bring you flowers, but someday you'll meet a boy who will learn your favorite flower, your favorite song, your favorite sweet. Even if he is too poor to give you any of them, it won't matter because he will have taken the time to know you as one else. Oh my gosh. It won't matter because he will have taken the time to know you as no one else does. Only that boy earns your heart." And I was waiting at some point in this book for Kaz to say something about her favorite flower and her to just be floored. I didn't get that satisfaction, but I love that he's like, it doesn't matter if he can't buy that for you. He took the time to know. And I was like, that is true love.
And honestly, it's just like the gift that he gives her at the end. She doesn't care about flowers. She cares about her parents.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it was like, right,
it made me think of Archer's voice just now, how like he paid attention. He got her the potato chips. He got him all of those. And then when he apologized, it was like, what, a bouquet of almond joys or something because of how they first met. And I was like, those are the cute things.
Those are the things.
So random, but so cute.
That he just noticed. She was over, you know, one day they were having a snack and he noticed her picking up a certain type of potato chips, the one that were just folded over in the frying process. They're the literal best chips perfect for dipping, you know? Yeah. And so she loved those chips. Like, so she hunted for those chips. And so the next time she came over, guess what? He had a bowl full of those folded over chips for her to munch on. Like, how many bags of chips did he have to go through to get all of them to be folded over to have a big bowl like that? I was just like,
I can just imagine it's like a puzzle piece that he like opens up a bag and just pours it on the table.
I know. He's like, where are the folded over chips? And honestly, like, he took the time to do that. And I'm like, yeah, Archer. So he's still my heart.
All right, back to the book. I'm sorry. I wanted to read that and then it made me think of that.
So
in case you guys have forgotten, this one.
This is when Matthias was shot.
Oh, dun dun dun! Spoiler alert!
Spoiler alert! Matthias gets shot and he dies. So this is like, this is like when I text you. I'm like, I swear to God, I swear to God. It's like I was angry. I was just like, oh, he's fine. Look at him walking. Like, he's so happy to see Nina. And, like, kisses her. I'm just like, oh, it's going to be fine. No, it's not going to be fine.
It was the last kiss he'll ever have.
This is my angry rant.
Son of a bitch. Hold on. Are you fucking kidding me? Hold on. This is bullshit. Why couldn't have been Wyland?
That was my angry rant annotation.
Perfect annotation. How dare you go?
Dare you? Like, how dare you just go on writing as if you didn't just rip my heart out? Leigh Bardugo.
As long as she brings back Darlington, will be fine.
Oh, Darlington.
Yeah, and they have their moment of joy.
Oh man. Yeah. This is what Wyland realizes that it says sometimes a proper thief doesn't just take, he leaves something behind. This is when he leaves the new will for Wyland to like inherit everything from Van Eck.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, you don't win by running one game. How long had Kaz been planning to hand Wyland his father's empire? And then so I, again, angry note here. I was like, oh, so Wyland gets a fortune and Matthias gets dead. Perfect.
Gets dead. Proper English. Wonderful.
Yeah. It was perfect. Fantastic. Just what I wanted. And then My last post-it note is my favorite quote that I posted on the Instagram. And it said, this is Van Eck is just screaming, "You won't get away with this. I know your game now, Brecker. My wits are sharper. You can only sharpen a blade so far," Kaz said as he joined them at the front of the church. "In the end, it comes down to the quality of the metal." Yeah, right.
Suck it.
Suck it.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I really like that quote too.
Yeah, it's great. It's a great quote. Fantastic. Okay, so those are all my post-it notes. Discussion questions.
Yes, and if any of you guys have discussion questions, please leave a comment so that we can read them. But yeah, so I already asked you the duology question. I already know the answer to this, but I want to read it because I thought it was really clever. So I put, did the book end up in the freezer when Matthias was shot or when the wolves welcomed him home? Too soon?
Honestly, it was when the wolves welcomed him home, like after his point of view chapter. I was just like, this is some bullshit, first of all. And yeah, my heart hurt.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so now that we've both read the whole trilogy, we're all kind of caught up, except for I think read Language of Thorns, but that's nothing related
like
so much.
Yeah, they're like short stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the Grishaverse, but does they have anything to do with our peeps or what?
So it's not short stories of the Grishaverse. It's actually folk tales. So stories that they would have told kids in Ravka or Ketterdam to kind of make little kids behave.
Oh, okay, got it.
So who do you think we will see again in King of Scars?
Nikolai.
Well, from like anyone else? I honestly feel like we're gonna see probably Alina.
I hope we see the whole gang.
Yeah, I think we'll see Alina and Mal, and then Zoya. Who else was there? And then all the crows that are still with us.
Yep, that are still with us. Everybody but Matthias. Thanks for rubbing that in. Appreciate it.
I mean, she'll probably name drop him.
Oh, yay! Hey, remember when we had a buddy named Matthias and he was the light of my life and, I loved him so much? Yeah, remember he's dead. Appreciate it. Thank you.
So I was going to ask what's your favorite scene and what's your least favorite scene. I already know your least favorite scene is probably when Matthias dies. No dying on us. But yeah, do you have a favorite scene?
Favorite scene?
I literally can't think of one.
Honestly,
I love the whole book.
Right. They're all great. Any of the scenes with Inej is great.
Oh,
when she's kicking butt. Love those scenes. And when she finally, realized that she can defeat her quote unquote shadow. I can still your name. I'm not going to be able to say your name. Sorry. But those are really great. The
thing that comes to mind right now is when Kaz was cleaning her wounds. Now that I know that it was Kaz cleaning her wounds. I don't know why, but that just kind of sticks out in my mind because it's kind of like a growing point for him. He wanted to try, like he could still feel like the cold dead body, and he was like, but I'm just touching her and we're going to make it all better. And I'm like, he did a little kiss. And I'm like, yes.
Yes. Yeah, 100%. Yes.
So it's just a cute little thing. All right. These two are my favorite ones.
Oh, great.
So who do you think would outsmart or outtrick who between Kaz and Loki?
Oh, God, that's a good one. Honestly, I would have to say Loki. I mean, he's a god, the god of mischief. I mean, come on.
I think Kaz would have enough up his sleeve where he could give him a run for his money.
He could, but Loki has, magic on his side.
I mean, let's take away his magic ability, and he's just a trickster.
I can't do that. No, can't. No.
All right.
100% Loki. Sorry, 100%.
We're going to do a Merry Kiss Cliff.
Oh, okay.
You're not going to like it. I wouldn't get too excited.
Like, wait for the.
So, your options are Kaz, Matthias, and the Darkling.
Oh, Merry Kiss Cliff. Okay. I'm gonna kiss Kaz. I'm gonna marry Matthias, and I'm gonna push the Darkling off a cliff. I know. Who am I? Who am I?
I don't even know I don't know who you are. Whatever alien you are, get out! Get out!
The face of a stranger.
I for sure thought you would have gone down the dark side, being like, well, Matthias is already dead, so I'd shove him off a cliff. Yeah, I'd probably push.
No.
So I'm a little bit different. I'd probably push the Darkling off a cliff still. I kind of want to marry Kaz. I feel like he's got some stuff up his sleeve.
I'm sure he do.
Yeah, that was it. I was trying to think of like women that we could do, but all I could think of was Inej and Nina, and then I was like, I don't know who would be a good third. So I was like, whoever that third person is would just get shoved off the cliff anyway.
Yeah,
so.
100%. Yeah, Zoya. Bye. Bye. Yeah.
Oh, I guess we could do. Okay, we did take one from the other one. So Alina, Inej, and Nina. That's a hard one.
Sorry, Nina. You're being pushed off a cliff. You can join Matthias. I'm gonna kiss Alina and marry Inej. You better believe I'm marrying Inej.
Oh yeah, no, I was like 100% I was gonna marry Inej, but I was like
100%.
Who would I kiss? Who would I kill? I'm like, they're both kind of 50-50 at this point. But yeah, I think the best option would be to kiss the Sancta Elena.
Elena.
That's it.
That's fine.
I don't know how far we are behind on YouTube or if nobody has questions.
No, we gave them plenty of time. So next week, King of Scars.
Woohoo! It's new for all of us.
It's gonna be new for Jen. It's new for me.
I know none of the things.
So I don't think Summer. I don't think she's read it. I don't think she's read King of Scars. So if you want to, I know you're kind of like Summer's in like a really bad reading slump. So we'll see.
I feel that, my friend. I think I'm in a reading slump because I really want to read like a Highlander romance, but we're reading a bunch of these young adult novels, which is fine. Yeah. But then I have to physically start reading Live and Let Chai because if I don't start,
she said I'll try.
If I don't read Live and Let Chai soon, then I'm going to get way far behind because there are no audiobooks of those, and that's 3 physical books by May 8th. So,
shoo, yes. Oh yeah, I remember that. So you got less than a month.
Oh, May 6th, even less days.
You have exactly 3 weeks.
That's why I'm like, I want to start trying to read a book a week. But so I feel like I'm not going to end up reading the Thorn book because I've read it multiple times.
Oh, so you're not going to like reread it?
Mm-hmm. Because I have a feeling once you start talking about it, I'll remember it. Because at one point I thought that I hadn't read it and I started rereading it and I was like, I know everything that's about ready to happen and I'm kind of like discouraged. But I need to read Demon in the Wood, but I'm not sure how long that is.
If it's a novella, I don't think it would be particularly long.
Well, let's find out. Goodreads. 1 minute, friends. The Demon in the Wood. It's the prequel. It's about the Darkling. I know that much. 0.5 is what it's. Oh, it says it's 30 pages as an ebook, so we're going to be fine.
Yeah, we're fine. So, yeah. So next week.
Next week is King of Scars.
But
that says the ebook. I feel like that might be wrong. I feel like that's too short, but I could be wrong. Language of Thorns. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
It's a really good one. I like the artwork in that book. Oh my gosh. Spell Thorns. Good Lord. I hit the O, not the I. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, the Language of Thorns. Midnight Tales and Dangerous Magic. Do you want me to read what this is about for you?
Yeah, sure.
Love speaks in flowers. Truth requires thorns. Travel to a world of dark bargains struck by moonlight, of haunted towns and hungry woods, of talking beasts and gingerbread golems, where a young mermaid's voice can summon deadly storms, and where a river might do a love-struck boy's bidding, but only for a terrible price. Inspired by myth, fairy tale, and folklore, #1 New York Times best-selling author, that's a mouthful, Leigh Bardugo has crafted a deliciously atmospheric collection of short stories filled with betrayals, revenge, sacrifice, and love, perfect for new readers and dedicated fans. These tales will transport you to lands both familiar and strange, to a fully realized world of dangerous magic that millions have visited through the novels of the Grishaverse. This collection of 6 stories includes 3 brand new tales, all of them lavishly illustrated with art that changes with each turn of the page, culminating in 6 stunning, full-spread illustrations as rich in details as the stories themselves.
That was marvelous.
I actually read that through pretty well. I'm proud
You
of
did.
myself.
You put heart in that. Jeez.
I probably should have read King of Scars, though, because that's what we're reading next week.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Do you want me to do it? I got it.
no. We're gonna read the synopsis next week. So yeah, next week, King of Scars, April 22nd, 6 p.m. Arizona time. Be there or be square. Square. All right, everyone. So we're gonna call it a night. I hope everyone has a really good night. Thank you so much for joining us. And also, like, the Grishaverse is coming to an end, so like we want to keep the live streams going. So if you have any suggestions about which books that we should read and discuss next, drop them in the comment section below. All right. So we'll see you a little later. Bye,
Bye, guys.